and welcome to the very first live Coffee with KHEAA. Is this the very first? Have we been live before?
Yeah, we were live at some of the conferences.
Live though? No.
I mean, they're all live.
They're all live, but then they edit out the stupid things I say.
Oh, goodness. Well, I was very comfortable. I mean, this is like, what, 14th?
This is episode 14.
So I was really comfortable until you just said that.
I know. And
now I'm sweating profusely.
They can't edit us. Hey, listen, I'm looking at the TV and we're like real blown out. So if somebody could fix our lighting, that would be lovely. If you look at the TV, Jace, you can see like we're super blown out. Okay, well, hello and welcome to Live Coffee with KHEAA. So Coffee with KHEAA is a podcast where Keith and I talk all about financial aid. We spill all the beans.
Yep.
Haven't said that in a minute. On financial aid, the FAFSA, and all things happening at KHEAA. I think that's way better. Yay to Zach. Not only is he a podcast extraordinaire, he is a lighting guru. That's French.
Whether it's live or they have the ability to edit, we always give props to Zach and Lynette.
Always give props. We're always talking to them and talking about them. And
it's one of my favorite features of this show is that, they'll try their hardest to like secretly give us messages or to like write something really nice on a cue card for us.
And then we say out loud, like
what does that
scooch
say?
over? Are you telling us to scooch over?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they think they're trying to be slick, and then we have no illusions here at Coffee with KHEAA. So this is a live podcast. We are coming to you if you are listening to this at home, and it is not August. What is today? The 13th, August 13th, 2024. Then you are listening to a live podcast that was filmed at a live 12-hour FAFSathon. So we are coming to you. We're in the middle of this FAFSathon. We're spending 12 hours live streaming, helping as many students and families as possible file their FAFSA. We should have called this Hydration with KHEAA.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because we are so hot and sweaty. We can't run the air conditioners inside the greenhouse where we're filming at the Kentucky Castle in Versailles. And it's August in Kentucky.
I've heard it gets a little hot at times.
It's a little warm. It's a little warm. And when people come to me and they say like, oh, I'm really hot, and like we've been in front of lights all day, I'm like, I hate that for you.
Well, I will say,
Sorry,
Zach just moved the fan, and now it's gorgeous.
Can I tell you?
Are you getting some of that?
I'm getting some of that. Zach is the MVP. No, we don't want to see this sign. Zach is, again, giving us secret messages. Well, if we put the sign up there, you can't see my face. Okay, he wants us to show off our sign. First, I'm going to show you our awesome mugs, our new coffee mugs. These are actually water mugs today because we are very,
Should probably turn it around this way.
There you go.
Yep.
Filing FAFSA.
There we go.
Oh, that's the most caffeinated water I've ever drank. All right, here is our table stand-up that we're super proud of. Dun, 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 dun.
Look at that. That looks good.
Where we spill all the tea, and Greenwell Chisholm makes us signs about it. Shout out to Greenwell Chisholm in Owensboro. And the one, the only Mr. Trey Pippen, who is our printer, who works wonders to get us the things that we need, who drove from
Owensboro to Versailles last night, right?
Drove from Owensboro to Versailles last night to bring us our giveaway t-shirts that didn't come in time. His son turned 2 years old, and they had his birthday party last night. After the birthday party, he and his wife got in a car, loaded it up with FAFSA t-shirts, and drove it here for the telethon today.
It's a lot. That's dedication.
The things people do for us, we don't deserve it.
Right.
We're so undeserving. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to talk about in this episode. This episode is how we came about with this FAFSA telethon, how it came to fruition, how we put it together in 3 whopping weeks. This was a 3-week venture. But first, a little coffee talk.
I would expect nothing less.
She's not expecting this, but I'm going to call Brandy up on here in just a second to tell her story because I know she's probably got a good one. So coffee talk today, and we'll let Keith tell his, and I'll tell mine, and then we'll get the up here just to tell your coffee talk story. Do you have a headache? Okay, just to tell you had a headache. Look to yourself. It's fear.
Just watching Coffee with KHEAA.
Just watching
Is this what the average audience member looks like when they listen to our show?
She's sitting out there like this.
I had it in my mind. Everyone's just grinning from ear to ear.
That's how I watch it. I mean, listen to it. Like I'm listening to my car, and I'm like.
I mean, that's what I assume your mother looks like when
she does. She's out there. Shout out, Karen.
Yeah.
She's out there watching us right now, and she's probably like, "My baby."
Right. But
everyone else is mortified for me. So what we're gonna do? Here's coffee talk. We're gonna get Keith to tell us his story. I'm gonna tell you my story, and then we're gonna get Brandy to come up and tell her story because I know she's probably got a good one. So coffee talk. This episode is. I'm just gonna hold the mic like a crazy person. Okay. Coffee talk today is we are having a 12-hour telethon right now, currently. Keith, tell me what memories you have that involve telethons.
Direct experience, 0. I've never done a telethon.
No, I didn't expect 7-year-old.
You know that was my second job.
I didn't expect
I was a telethon host.
7-year-old Keith up there hosting. Keith has already hosted so many telethons, y'all. This is nothing.
It's a walk in the park. 12 hours.
I mean, memories of watching telethons or participating or whatever.
Of course. Well, there are a few big ones that come to my mind over the years.
Okay.
I remember. Okay, so I think obviously the big one, Jerry Lewis, right?
Yeah.
So,
MTA.
Yeah. I mean, I read something the other day just because when we were preparing for this, I was just kind of going down memory lane.
Doing some research.
I feel like he started his first one like in 1966.
Really?
And went all the way until like 2014.
Really?
That's quite the run.
Oh.
And I remember like his signature thing, like toward the end of his big long telethon was like, blah, 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 and I 100% feel that now.
Yes, absolutely. And here's what I got to tell you. If Jerry Lewis ran from 1966 to 2014, well, he's a better man than me because this is the first KHEAA FAFSathon and the last. We're exhausted. Everybody hates me. We're never doing this.
This is fun. This is fun. Everyone's having fun.
Everyone's having fun, right? Right?
There we go. Yeah.
All right. They're indulging us. Okay, so Keith, what is your...
So I think of...
Yeah, MDA.
Yeah, so I think of those. I think of like Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wasn't that the big like Kanye West and Mike Myers thing?
Yeah.
Wasn't that telethon?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So that one obviously sticks out to me. What about you, Cass? What are your telethon memories?
So one thing about my mom is, and I have adopted this as a mother and a parent, is that my mom always tried to make everything special.
Yeah.
And, so like holidays were special and I mean, the first day of school was really special. Like she was always trying to make sure that we felt special and that things felt exciting and like a celebration. And so every year the MDA telethon would happen, and it would happen over Labor Day weekend. And hello, there's a little coffee feedback. There you go. Coffee.
I didn't know coffee gave feedback.
I don't think that is fully loaded, my friend.
That's right.
Fully loaded. So every year the MDA telethon would happen, the Muscular Dystrophy Association telethon would happen during Labor Day weekend. And of course, in my house, that meant a celebration. And so we would, this is so 80s, we had a pull-out couch. And so my mom would pull out the pull-out couch, which we never did because, it's a pain to get it back in and kids and whatever. And we would, we were supposed to change this.
Oh,
the train says it's fine. And so we would pull out the pull-out couch, and we would get all the snacks, and we would set them out on the couch and on the tables next to the couch, and we would turn the telethon on, and we would watch it from start to finish.
That's
all
impressive.
piled on that couch. Even if it we'd doze and fall asleep, and we wake back up and watch some more. And we did it every single, and it was always such a big deal. It's MDA telethon weekend.
It was your all Super Bowl.
It was because we were watching the Super Bowl. So it was fully the Super Bowl.
So this is pretty nostalgic for you.
Very nostalgic, and very much I can only imagine my mother at home on a pull-out couch with the Fritos and the bean dip, just staying awake.
Seems like really good telethon snacks.
right. Aren't those the best telethon snacks? And so that's like kind of my memory of telethons, was like it was a big deal in our house, and we weren't allowed to stay up super late, but it was telethon weekend, so we could, and the pull-out couch and the snacks, and we just kind of like lived like that for how long was it? Was it a 48-hour telethon?
It was something crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like we're doing 12 hours, y'all. We're what, Keith, 8-9 hours in?
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm toast.
Started at 11 a.m. It's almost 7.
It's almost 7. Like we're going to be exhausted. And then tomorrow, we're going to break all this down.
I will say the one thing to keep in mind. I would say the Jerry Lewis telethons had a lot more people. I don't know if Jerry Lewis is breaking down the set.
I think Jerry Lewis is breaking it down.
I mean, I may be wrong. He may be.
Jerry Lewis wasn't carrying any orange couches. And I got to tell you, we probably got to carry an orange couch tomorrow. we have to break down tomorrow, load the U-Haul, and then drive to Frankfurt, unload the U-Haul. We hired 3 new staff members who started Monday. Yeah, who started yesterday.
Yeah. So
then we have to train them. But wait, there's more. Keith and I are working the state fair on Thursday.
Yeah.
So
big week.
The Kentucky State Fair happens every year for 2 weeks, and KHEAA sets up a big booth, and we're there from open to close for 10 straight days.
That's right. Yeah. So, from as soon as they open all the way till they close, we have our College Info Roadshow bus there. Right now it's parked, right?
It's parked right there.
Right now, ready to go.
I think we had it towed there.
Is that right?
I think we remember that's not a joke.
Is the tow truck still attached to it in the conference hall?
The tow truck. Well, the theme of our state fair this year is Extreme Makeover Bus Edition. We are officially getting a new College Info Roadshow bus. It's very exciting times. And so it's Extreme Makeover College Info Roadshow Edition. And so it was only appropriate that we had to tow it in to the state fair. Hey, Brandy, you want to come up and give us your memory? Zach is passing notes.
That was my favorite.
It says, how do you get your hair to smell so beautiful?
My favorite subject in school was passing notes.
I feel like Zach never passes us notes.
My
like you guys
favorite
are doing a great
subject in
job.
school was
Zach,
passing
have you ever heard of positive reinforcement?
Oh, well, he says we're at the 8-hour mark, not the 9-hour mark. We were wishful thinking.
That's actually more positive than what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like, you all need to come off your mic.
Yeah.
Your popping sounds a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. He never sends us a message,
like you're doing
a note, and it says, y'all are knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, Keith, what pomade do you use in your hair? Like nothing like that.
The glitter in your shirt really brings out the green in your eyes, Brandy. A little coffee talk.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke talk, of course it is. What is your telethon memory? I have to believe you have a good one.
I think you know this because when I saw Keith in that tux this morning, I said, looking very Danny Tanner.
Yes! Wow, yeah.
Full house. Did a telethon. I believe it was probably Wake Up San Francisco.
Yes.
Yep.
Stephanie got on there, did a little dancing.
Just unlocked a huge memory out of my brain.
They had some cheerleaders there or something. It was maybe a balloon drop at the end of the night. Very kind of what was that show? Bob Saget, America's Funniest Videos. It gave me America's Funniest Home Videos vibe. So when we said telethon,
Brady understood the assignment.
Yeah.
Brady was so awesome in the decorations and like the vibe and the setup of the telethon. And it was so funny because she would send me screenshots of the Full House episode. The inspiration.
Not actual good philanthropic work. No, a sitcom from the 90s.
I love it.
I will say though, like in our radio listening area, there is a big radiothon that they do for St. Jude. And so it just never failed. Like, I'm not actually a huge radio listener, but it never fails. I always turn on the radio and happen to listen the day that they're doing the St. Jude telethon. And I think it's like divine intervention or something, because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call in. And that's the only way I remember to be a partner in hope every year. So
You know,
that's one that
I'm embarrassed to say this. That just made me recollect that I've actually worked on a telethon before.
And
You know,
you didn't remember?
No, it just came to me. When I was in college, I worked for NPR. I worked for a public radio station, and every year they need support from listeners like you. And it was like a 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
Good grief.
This guy with his telethon history that he doesn't even.
See, I'm an old veteran in this stuff. That's why I've been so critical of everything, Cassie. You gotta leave it to the pros.
He comes in at the 11th hour like Jerry Lewis. Move this orange couch. Why is it orange?
I'm sorry I wasn't up here when you guys were talking about all your memories because I was actually back there on the phones doing FAFSAs. So
Round the clock, the work never stops.
That's right.
12 hours. We're here filing FAFSAs.
It's been a huge success so far. We've
Huge
had
success.
a lot of people come here in person.
Yes.
We've had people call in. We've had people text in.
We've got people coming in from every county in Kentucky. We've got people calling in from every state in the U.S. Like this is, we put all this together. And then I remember us having conversations of like, when people were saying like, well, how many people are you expecting to come? And we were like, well, it could be 4 or it could be 400.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Yeah.
We had no idea what to expect, but I think it's been a huge success so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a blast.
I don't know, about a week ago, my wife asked like how many people are coming, as if we had like an invite list. I said, well, there are 13 outreach counselors, so I know at least 13.
Like we're forcing 50 people to
Yeah,
come volunteer. So we got that many. We don't know what else we got. Brandy, thank you for joining us on stage. A stellar memory coming from Full House. I love it so much. Any parting words?
yeah, I'm going to put a challenge out there. I want to challenge Tennessee to get on the board
Tennessee.
because we have got all the states below Tennessee on the board. And of course, we're Kentucky, so above Tennessee is on the board. I'd love to see somebody call. Come
If
on,
we
Tennessee.
could get Tennessee and North Carolina, we
You
could
guys-
close the gap from Ohio all the way down to Florida.
Tennessee and North Carolina, if anybody is listening, and you've got folks in Tennessee and North Carolina that might have family that's going to college, text them, call them up, be like, you sure you got that FAFSA under control? Because we got people that can help.
Tennessee got the Hope Scholarship. You don't want to not follow your FAFSA. That's walking away from the line.
Yep.
So I love
Those are my
this
parting
challenge.
words. That's my challenge. Tennessee, we want to hear from you.
I love it. That's on Tennessee. Yeah, now it's gonna be in my head for the rest of the night. You don't have to listen to me attempt to sing it. Brandy Forker. What's her last name? Brandy Forker, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
With a little surprise guest. Okay, Keith, let's get into it as if we haven't already been into it. Tell me, okay, so we'll think back in the old archives.
Yep.
So we're in the middle of this FAFSA summer support grant that we received. And the whole grant is, the point is to help people who have been affected by the delays and the issues from the Better FAFSA, Better Future changes to complete their 24-25 FAFSA. And we had all these initiatives planned. And we've been killing it all summer, like burning the candle at every end, like boot camps and tailgates and extended hours and call centers and helplines and trainings and all the things. And then one night I texted you. Do you remember what that text message said? Well, be careful with you. Don't answer that question.
I don't remember.
You don't remember what I'm talking about?
Well, I know, like, you initially kind of had this idea floating out there long before it became like a solid
real thing.
concrete thing.
And
I feel like that was like in the early days of the grant.
Early
actually,
days.
right?
So I sent Keith the text message. It was like 10 o'clock one night, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And so I sent him a text message, and I said, remind me, I want to talk to you about FAFSA telethon.
Yep.
And he didn't remind me, and we never talked about it again. Until
That actually reminds me, Cass. FAFSA telethon.
you're fired. You're done. You're done. Don't remind me when we're in the middle of it. Remind me like Monday morning. So I texted him and I'm like, remind me to talk to you about FAFSA telethon. And he's like, I'm intrigued. That's what he said back. I'm intrigued. And we never talked about it. And then we were at a July staff training where we were spending a lot of time brainstorming about FAFSA summer supports and what we could do to help the students complete their 24-25 FAFSA and all the things.
It was on the heels of the boot camp.
It was on the heels of the boot camp.
Tailgates were already kind of off the ground.
Here's the thing that kills me is that like this was day 2 of our training.
Yep.
We were toast. We were so exhausted.
Everyone was running on fumes.
Everyone was running on fumes. We're coming off the heels of all of these huge initiatives. We're sitting in this boardroom that we thought was free, and they charged us for it anyway. We're sitting in this boardroom, and we're going around the table, basically saying like, "All right, what else can we do to help the students get their 24-25 FAFSA filed?" And Mackenzie Massey. So like you people who are here and you're tired and you're hot, don't come at me. Mackenzie Massey. When we got to her, she said, "How about a FAFSA telethon?"
Yep.
And I have never Joplin.
Yeah, I did. That's exactly what I said.
I think she just popped in through a window to say that. And Joplin's doing like this strangle because we're so exhausted. We're so tired. So I have never seen our staff more energized, more excited, and a more lively brainstorm discussion than that day when the FAFSA telethon was born.
I mean, it was 100% going to be a reality within, I feel like it was within 15 minutes, this thing was coming to fruition one way.
We had a date.
Yep.
We had times.
Yep.
And we had a list of potential locations.
Yeah. One of which the castle was one of our
The
first that
castle was
we
one of them.
brought up. We're like,
Yeah.
what's an iconic place to go to?
So
in
that
Kentucky.
was kind of our like litmus test. We wanted an iconic central landmark in the state of Kentucky
Right.
to host this event at. And we wanted it to be, I think originally the plan was midnight to midnight. Do you remember that?
I do.
And
Could you imagine?
Nope. Nope.
Whoever walked that back, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember who walked it back. Was it you?
I think it was. But because I said, first of all, you can't start a telethon at midnight.
Right.
No one's going to tune in for the start of a telethon at midnight, which the way we started today, that would have been quite with me.
Maybe we should have started this at midnight just to work out some of the kinks.
But I said, okay, we can't start a telethon at midnight, and we can't come up with 24 hours of live content. Like, that's a lot. Even coming up with 12 hours of live content has been like 2 full plus time jobs.
Right.
Around the clock for weeks. So, Keith, when did this conversation take place?
This would have been July 19th, 18th,
July
19th.
19th.
It's a Friday afternoon.
It was a Friday
One of the
morning.
last things of our agenda for our training.
Yes, yes. So
We went back to our day-to-day schedules.
let's unpack that.
Yeah.
July 19th was
Less than a
when
month ago.
the idea that this FAFSathon should come about was born. Today, we're sitting here, it's August 13th.
It's insane.
It's insane. That's insane. Within a few hours, I had called and gotten approval to do the event.
Yep.
By the next Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning, we had met with multiple locations and settled on the Kentucky Castle because the financial deal that they gave us was incredible, primarily because they wanted to see this event happen.
Yeah.
We actually had our salesperson contact from the castle come in and do a testimony earlier.
That's right.
Because when we first met with her, we told her what we were doing and what our goal was. She believed in the project and the goal so much that I remember that she was like, "I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do this for you. And I'm going to do this for you. And I've got to get it approved by my boss. And I'm going to fight for it because I want this to happen."
Yeah.
And we adore her. So shout out to Kate Frederick.
Yeah.
Who's amazing in every way. Erin McGill, who's been our event planner. So we had the castle pretty much settled.
There have been so many people who've chipped in, who've worked on this thing. I mean, it's an endless list of people. Every department in KHEAA is represented here today.
Yes.
Everyone has been working around the clock to make this come off the ground.
To make it come to fruition. We have volunteers who are our Kentucky college coaches.
Yep.
We have volunteers who are our FAFSA fellows, which is a program we started, through the summer supports, where essentially we trained and employed people to go back to their communities and help students file their FAFSAs.
Yeah.
We've got KHEAA employees. We've got friends and family here volunteering today. We've got brothers and sisters and husbands and children and fathers and neighbors who have said, I want to be a part of this. I want to come help, and have come out to the castle and helped all day long. I mean, we have a new hire. He started yesterday, and his wife is volunteering all day long. Like she is our exclusive registration person.
Yeah.
Like the number.
There's no way we could have done this without all the people outside of outreach to join our team for the last few days.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know. I just can't say enough. I can't say enough good things. And like, it's not just today. It's not just like everyone came together to make today happen. Like, there was content that had to be built weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the number of people who came on board to build the content with us, to build the schedule, to help me order things, to help me secure decorations and entertainment. And I did not secure a single entertainment person. Like, that was all done by our staff. Keith took a week's vacation in the middle of it.
That is true. If you remember, during that training, the original date we threw out there was smack dab in the middle of my vacation that had been planned for 6 months.
Yes. Yeah. So and it's funny because we were like, this is it, which I
think everyone in the room was ready to go on that date.
Can we discuss that was last week?
Mm-hmm.
What were we thinking? We thought we could put this together in 2 weeks.
I know.
We're insane.
I know.
And the only reason
you're welcome for going on vacation.
Thank you. Not like it made my life harder not having you for a week. The thing that's crazy is that this day was chosen exclusively because we originally had a staff meeting scheduled for this day.
Yeah.
So it was the only day that every single person on our outreach staff had available on their calendar.
Especially this time of year, because there are a lot of schools that are starting to go back
busy.
into session, and this is our busiest time
Yeah.
in our outreach department. As crazy as the summer has been, usually we get into the fall, and that's when things really start amping up.
Yeah.
In outreach.
And we didn't want to step on the toes at the state fair.
Right.
We knew that was coming.
Yep.
And then, also this award that we've received, we have to use it by a certain date. So we couldn't really spread it into another month. Like, it had to be this month.
Yeah.
And
It
so
was just a perfect storm of a lot of moving parts and pieces that all beautifully came together
yes,
in a chaotic way.
in a chaotic, grumpy, sleepless, sweaty way.
Yep.
It was funny too, because the number of times I have said over the last 48 hours, how is this going to come together?
Right.
And then here we are. We're in the 8th hour of a telethon that was dreamed up 3 weeks ago. Listen to my people. Listen to my group. I love them so much.
Just getting started.
We couldn't have done it without you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our goals. One of the goals that we had was that we wanted to be sure that we touched every county in Kentucky today while we were doing this. We are in a place where we have a lot of counties covered, but we have a long way to go.
Yep.
So, but it's okay because we have 3 more hours of the event. You have time to call in. You have time to come in. You have time to text and Zoom in. There's all different kinds of ways that you can come in and get some help today. And then we can cover that county that we've touched that county. Even if you filed your FAFSA and you have questions, even if you want to give us a call and give us a testimony and tell us how wonderful your experience has been with KHEAA or FAFSA or college or student aid or whatever the case is. We had another goal to touch every state in the U.S. or as many as possible. As Brady said, if we could hit that Tennessee, Northern Kentucky constituent, we will cover basically the Midwest. Right? Is that the Midwest?
I call it the Mid-Atlantic down to the south.
What SEC area is that?
A little bit of ACC country.
We got a little bit of ACC.
And a little bit of SEC.
And a little bit of SEC.
Count Ohio, more like Big Ten country.
There you go, Big Ten country.
We've
Okay.
got several conferences.
So those are your marching orders. If you're from one of those states, if you're from one of those counties that are not yet covered, call us, text us, Zoom us, come in, get here, help us get these mats covered. The other thing is we're about halfway to our goal piece.
Yeah.
So we had a goal in mind of the number of FAFSAs we wanted to touch today. We wanted to help with or assist with or file, and we're about halfway there. Now, 3 hours isn't a long time to make up 50% of our goal, which means you guys are the ones who need to call in. You guys are the ones who need to get us there. So those people listening, people in the audience today, text your friends, text your moms, your neighbors, get everybody here, get everyone contacting us so that we can hit our goals. We can reach our goals, because the more people we help, the more financial aid we secure for the families of Kentucky and for the U.S. so that we can give people money for college.
I actually have some breaking news.
And that
Want
is?
to hear some breaking news from our producers?
We have a viewer from Texas saying hi.
All right.
We have a viewer from Texas.
Texas.
Get
Yeah.
that sticker on that chart. Texas is in the house. Howdy, yeehaw, and yippee-ki-yay.
Everything's bigger, which means FAFSA completion.
FAFSA is bigger in Texas. Keith, what do we have coming up? What do we got going on next week?
Got a lot going on. We've got State Fair, which I believe we're going to do another Coffee with KHEAA at the State Fair, correct?
Maybe.
Potentially.
We are so tired. This couch is so sweaty.
Maybe we
This
need to
couch-
like put this out in the parking lot for a few days, let it dry up in the sun.
We need to get the couch professionally cleaned before we do anything else with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's a point.
But what are we doing? What is our initiative at the State Fair? Do you remember?
Yeah, so we have our FAFSA first aid coming up. So we're going to, as you mentioned earlier, we're going to be at the State Fair every single day from open to close in Louisville, in the convention center.
The heat
Right.
and the animal smells and all the things.
All of it, fried foods, all of the fair things. Which I'm a big fair guy, so
You are.
Yeah.
All the fried Oreos
that's right.
you
Yeah,
could ever imagine.
exciting stuff. But yeah, we're going to be there each and every day, open to close, and we're going to have a team of people there available to help get FAFSAs completed, to get some of your questions answered. But what I love, what I think is an awesome idea, is this FAFSA first aid. And correct me if I'm wrong, but anyone who comes to our booth and gets some FAFSA assistance of some sort, we've got these really cool stickers that are like a Band-Aid. So basically, we're triaging any and all FAFSA related issues that you
Just
might
let
be
us
encountering.
check your FAFSA.
Yeah.
Come to our State Fair booth. Let
We'll
us.
give you that peace of mind that everything's good to
Right.
go and you're ready to roll.
That's right. So if you come to the State Fair booth, you visit our FAFSA first aid clinic, you let us check your FAFSA, check it, correct it. Let's begin. Submit it, view it, answer your questions, whatever. If you let us view your FAFSA, check your FAFSA, make sure it looks good, and you're ready to get some student aid for the fall, you will get a prize, a very exciting take-home prize with you. It's a different prize every single day. So we've got all kinds of stuff. We got umbrellas. We've got these cool straws. And, they're color changing.
Nice.
I had no idea. I didn't know they were color changing. Okay, so here's my story that I'm probably not allowed to tell. These cool straws come in like a little circular carrying case. And we had to come up with a design for the vendor to print it out for us. And I wanted the design to say, filing your FAFSA doesn't have to suck. And I was told, veto. No, that was not approved. So that's, but filing your FAFSA doesn't have to suck. Come get a cool, bendy, color changing straw. We got coffee mugs. We got, what else we have? Socks. We've got tote bags. We've got all the things. Everything you could possibly imagine. Prizes beyond your wildest imagination.
That's right.
Daily prizes at the State Fair, 10 days worth of prizes. And like Keith said, these very, very cool stickers that look like Band-Aids are our only Brandon Brown designed those for us. And they say, I fixed my FAFSA with KHEAA. So come see us at the State Fair. A lot of exciting things. Keith and I are going to continue training our new staff who
Yep. 3 new outreach counselors started yesterday.
And this is their second day of work. Can you imagine? Oh, by the way, your second day of work is a 16-hour day where we are live for 12 hours. Several of those new staff have gone on live. They've done bits, they've done acting, they've done challenges, they've played games. Like, they are probably thinking, what did we get ourselves into?
If you can start off with a telethon, though, you can do anything.
They will be the best counselors because they started out with a telethon. Once we get through the state fair and we get through some of the rest of the initiatives that we're closing out for the summer, we're going to go back to Coffee with KHEAA as a podcast that's not live, where they can edit me out when they need to. And we're going to come back twice a month like we used to, talk about all the things. We've got a lot of 25, 26 FAFSA stuff we want to talk to you about. So that's coming soon. Please continue watching the telethon. Please continue listening to Coffee with KHEAA, which happens, like I said, twice a month. You can view us on YouTube. You can watch us on any podcast platform across the board. So much exciting stuff happening. We want to tell you about outreach. We want to tell you the great things happening in Kentucky and across the nation. We want to keep you up to date with all the changes and updates with the FAFSA and all things financial aid. So don't go away tonight. Keep watching us, and don't go away from Coffee with KHEAA. All of you tens of listeners that are out there who watch and listen to our podcast. And so, with that, hi, Mom. And what else, Keith? I'm just rambling at this point.
Hey, if you're looking at your FAFSA right now, make sure you submit it. Don't quit it. We're here to help. You like that?
That should have been a t-shirt.
I know.
FAFSA, submit it, don't put it.
I just came up with that. Well, that's a lie. I came up with it like 20 minutes ago, and I was just waiting.
You were just waiting for me to stop talking so
Yeah.
you can say it?
Yeah. I was waiting for the perfect opportunity.
Gold.
Can you get your
Just-
contact from Greenwell? Get in touch with me.
Trey, are you still here?
Trey. It's Trey in the building.
Trey, get on the walkie. Can you send Trey over? We got a shirt
We got
idea.
a slogan.
We're going to get this printed on a straw. Submit it, don't quit it. All right. Thank you for joining us with this episode of Coffee with KHEAA. Look, this is the high quality production. As my son says, my
We're
son
all LQ.
my son watched some of the videos that we made, and he goes, okay, these videos are LQ, low quality. So, props to Abbott for all of his compliments when he listens to and watches our videos. Okay, and so Keith, that's it for us today. And so until next time, see you
See you later.
later.